Anybody home? What, you daydreaming again? Number of times I've seen you looking up at this wall. I told you you'd make it to the big show. Now here we are. UFC debut right around the corner. All right. UFC promo crew's back here. We're gonna do an interview in a few minutes. But first, I need you to fill out this release form. Height, weight, nickname. Bruce Buffer, he's gonna need all of that, right?
You ready for the interview?
Yeah.
All right. Actually, before we begin, and this is off the record.
Uh-oh.
I just hear there's an interesting story about how you two started working together.
Yo, he wants to hear about your first fight.
I hear it's a good one.
He hates when I tell the story, but oh man, I will never forget the first time I saw this kid. He was getting busted up. He looked like a zombie. It was one of those, let's say, amateur cards you can find across town from time to time. Great fights, never know if you're gonna see something special. Right, so yeah, this kid caught my eye because his eye was all busted up and bruised.
You're getting too crazy, you're getting too...
Well, it was a total mismatch. It was obvious that the opponent was way more experienced. This kid took a beating for 2 rounds. Okay, probably both 10-8s. They could have stopped the fight easy, but the bell sounds to start the 3rd round. And this kid, he's still coming forward. He's still fighting, as if he thought that maybe he had a chance. There was no chance. No surprise, kid loses the fight. Bam. This isn't one of those stories where you find someone amazing out in the middle of nowhere just knocking people out. No. I just found a kid with heart, like I'd never seen, so I reached out. I'll call it out, you throw. Nice, nice. Really great job today. You got 30. Let's go. Great job in there. I can already see. Just want to see heavy punches. Let it go. Oh, nice punch. Nice punch. He felt that one. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Beautiful job. Work with your hands. Yeah, it's starting to fall apart. I love it. All right, 30 seconds left. Yes, let me see those combinations. Great kickboxing damage. Good job. Keep going. That's it. That's the way. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Yes. Nice kickboxing. Okay? Keep building up that damage. Let's go. "30 seconds. Let's go." Great job in there. You land volume like that, you can
Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. All right, so here he is at long last making his UFC debut. You hear so much about those famed octagon jitters and nerves. It's something he's gonna have to bottle here tonight. These lights are bright. He doesn't look wide-eyed making the walk here, but there might be an adrenaline dump if you do too much too soon. Nonetheless, the bigger story, this man finally has arrived at his UFC debut. Well, it's always exciting when you have such a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. This man has been a master of the submission in the UFC, and even though a lot of people know what's coming, more often than not, they're unable to stop.
Because the knowledge of the Jiu-Jitsu game is truly something that it's hard to replicate when a guy is as good as he is. I mean, he will jump for a triangle. He will jump for an armbar. And as you slam him to the ground, he starts to understand, okay, I'm right where I need you right now. This is when the game starts for him. If he doesn't secure that submission, he gets you where he needs you to be in order to start to really make you drown. It's like going in deep water and getting pulled down over and over again, because every time you think, if I do this, it'll make it better, it just makes it worse. And
best of luck trying to find a training partner to simulate this guy in the gym.
It can't happen, and it won't happen.
Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. So these fighters are just a year apart with similar height but big differences in reach. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his UFC debut here tonight. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 243 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA Legends. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 12 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of New York, Big Train. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Levine.
The veteran Yves Levine draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, so here we go with round 1. This is his UFC debut, so you know what he did on the regional circuit, ran roughshod through a lot of the guys in his division. Now the question beckons, will his game translate to the big show? No denying he deserves to be here. We'll see how it goes here in his first UFC start.
And you learn a lot about these prospects when they're put in positions that they're not normally put in inside of the octagon. You can do them in practice, but there's a big difference when you experience it inside the UFC. He's giving him so many different things right now. He went high on that one.
Oh, huge right hand.
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Both fighters throwing heat now. Oh, yes, it is a lost art in mixed martial arts. Not just the jab, but the double jab.
I mean, a beautiful double jab. That thing's thrown right from the chin, too. Yeah, he's mixed it all up.
Nice. Good. Keep that pressure there. He's about to
All right, so he lands another jab now, just snapping that thing off, DC.
I believe that the jab was lost in mixed martial arts. He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
Oh, he might be out. Wow. Wow. Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught. He wanted to make sure he kept the judges out of the equation. Mission accomplished on that front as he gets the TKO victory here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay. It ends up a knockout, but this was really a striking clinic from the moment they touched glove.
I mean, a competitive fight that one guy finally found the shot that ended the fight. But both of these warriors displayed a ton of heart. One guy got the finish, but neither guy should be disappointed in their performance.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 5 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Roger!
So the celebration is on with him and his team, and rightfully so. A monumental result tonight as he gets the win by knockout.
He spoke it into existence. He said over and over to anyone that'll listen, I am going to knock this man out. He did it in an even more impressive fashion than he ever could have imagined.
I want to see you sharp and quick. There we go. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Keep pushing. Push! Great boxing damage. Good job. All right, 30 seconds left. Work with your hands. Yeah, he's starting to fall apart. I love it. Great job in there. I can already see some improvement in your punches. in there and push. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Hey, he's starting to fall apart, all right? Stay on him. Huge! 30 seconds. Let's go. That's it. Keep those combos coming. All right, you ready? I want to see good technique and form this round. Your next opponent is gonna be no match for you.
Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. Ah, yes, the sweet science. This guy could have been a professional boxer, probably a world champion if he so chose. He loves the MMA game, but his boxing is certainly his bread and butter.
I mean, a guy that was on par to make an Olympic team. And that is in one specific skill set. When you reach that level, when you're winning the national championship, and you're about to go to the Olympics, but you choose a different avenue.
Yeah.
You decide you want to fight mixed martial arts. It's truly something special. He has the most educated jab I have ever seen in the octagon. He throws the jab. It always comes back to the face. It never goes to the hip. And if you rush him, he has an ability to switch stances from conventional to southpaw and land a great counter right hand that will put your lights up.
Better jab than your guy, Rosendo Sanchez?
Oh, it's unbelievable. He put Rosendo Sanchez to shame.
Well, we probably trot out the term well-rounded in modern-day mixed martial arts more than we should, but this fighter certainly fits the bill.
Oh, 110%. He can do everything inside the octagon. Where he is most comfortable is inside of that 8-sided structure where most men are terrified of being. But for this gentleman, he only wants to be there. When you try to wrestle him, he's able to defend takedowns. If you dare stand and strike with him, he can knock you out. He's got all the tools necessary to become a UFC champion.
His first martial art, mixed martial arts, and that's not always the case. He believes that he should have a lot of advantages in this matchup tonight. And now our tail of the tape for this heavyweight fight. More than a decade separates these two fighters when it comes to the age, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, just about ready to go here now for the particulars. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer holding a professional record of 1 win, no losses. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 243 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Rogers. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 13 wins, 11 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 264 pounds. Walt, the Big Chicken Harris. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
So Dan Murgliata shares the cage.
You ready? You ready?
So he won his UFC debut by knockout, so you gotta think the confidence is sky high as he tries to move to 2-0 in the big show here tonight. No nerves whatsoever when he made the UFC debut, and the results really spoke to that. So now, a little bit more pressure on him, added audience, more eyeballs. We'll see if he can respond to that. Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Well, really using his reach advantage there with that punch, DC. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Just out of range with that uppercut. Massive head kick. Combinations here. Oh, straight right. Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. And they separate.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Oh, is that a big knee to the body? We'll see if he can follow up. Fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. It might not be over now.
Wow. Wow.
Yo, wow! That was nasty!
A Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught that ultimately appeared as though the outcome was an eventuality. So if you're the referee, you got to protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
The official decision is in. That's where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 24 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, Roger!
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.